All right. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Morning Spike. This is where all the Nerd Huddle comes together and helps you out with your fancy football lineups. It doesn't matter if you're doing redraft, dynasty, IDP. We're giving you all your answers. Today, we're talking about some studs and duds of the preseason so far. And if you want to be a stud, make sure you subscribe to Dynasty Pylon and Nerd Huddle. And starting week 1, Dynasty Pylon will only, or Morning Spike, this show, it will only be on Dynasty Pylon. So if you want all your sit-start questions going into the NFL fantasy football season, make sure you're subbed. But that's it for that. My name is St. Kramer. I'm with Brian the Grizzly and Martin. What is up, guys? How y'all doing?
Getting some good football. I'm just glad to get some football in my system. You know, I felt like I was scratching it a little bit, like, oh man, I need some more football. That's why I was searching for things on the channel, NFL Network, and it was good. I mean, I was interested to see the rookies play. I was surprised about how good they were playing. You know, even if it was second and third teams, I'm just surprised. I thought they were terrible.
Yeah, we got some good rookies. What about you, Martin? Any first hot takes on preseason?
They're rookies. They're rookies. You know, they're not going to do great right away. I mean, some of them might outshine the others, but no, I'm not expecting much out of preseason. I give him some time. I think Hutchinson was pretty good, but you know, it's going to take time.
Hey, Kenny Pickett was 13 to 15. I mean, I couldn't believe for the Steelers. I was looking at him. All right, you're right. He's really accurate. I mean, he doesn't have the biggest arm, but he is very accurate. And he's used to that stadium, so maybe I'm wrong.
Ritter, he might be the guy. He was definitely listed as a stud. You know, in this last this week so far.
Ritter didn't do so bad either. So,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, they're both really, really on point. Another rookie, because I watched his game. I wound up drafting Malik Willis over in Tennessee because holy shit, I believe he's going to be the starter by the end of the season.
He's a game breaker, but you know, Vrabel took him out in the middle of the third quarter because he wouldn't pass the ball. He wouldn't go through his progression in reads. The guy's open, he takes off. So he sat him back down and said, look, you're either going to throw the ball. If you're going to be a quarterback, you're going to read and you're going to throw the ball. They're going to give him design runs. When you saw, they gave him at least eight design runs, and he did unbelievable. He is dynamic. But he's going to have to do both. He's going to Vrabel's not going to let him just, you know, go play backyard football. He's going to have to read, be quarterback, and you know, use his athletic skills.
Yeah, I mean, a quarterback like that going from college to the pros is like you said, you can't be like that anymore. So, a dynasty question for you, Martin, or I guess for both of you guys, is Malik Willis somebody you would pick up this year if you already didn't do your draft and put on the taxi squad and then hopefully
that's too easy.
Yeah,
you definitely grab him. I mean, if you're hurting, how early?
Yeah, how early would you draft Malik Willis?
He's going first round. Like if it's a startup or a rookie draft, that's different.
Just a rookie draft. You're already in your league and all that stuff.
He's first round.
Yeah.
A startup, he's probably going mid tier, but a rookie draft, he's going first round, easy.
Yeah, that's good. I think what he did was good.
Do you put him on your team or do you put him in taxi squad?
Taxi.
Yeah.
You put him in taxi because he's not going to start this year. He's not going to start this year, and you're not going to bank on a guy who's probably going to start later in the year. So you want to get your starters in now. But that's the same. He's not going to bank. He's not going to start right away, though.
I agree.
No.
So you put him in your taxi and you pull him out when you're ready.
Tennessee has.
You're going to see how you are by then. Like if you're by week 8 and they still haven't officially started him yet, then you still keep him there. The thing about taxi squad is you can pull him out and you can start him from there. But the problem is you can't put him back in. So
so you're gonna put him in at one time, okay? So
and then you can put him back in the taxi squad in the off season. If and only if your league goes off to sophomores and juniors. Like I've seen leagues where they go all the way to 4 years, but I usually prefer the first 2 years
Yep.
At least by then, you know if he's going to be a bust or not. So you just leave him in the taxi squad. It's like I myself have Justin Fields in the taxi squad this season. And why? Because I don't think it's going to be very productive. So why risk playing someone who might be in trouble all season? So,
yeah, agree with you there. I mean, next season, depending on what happens, I think Justin Fields could be. I don't know how great he's got. I think he'll definitely be in the upper half. Could be, if everything happens. But
I wouldn't go.
This season,
we'll
he's a person. Yeah.
It depends on the offense. We'll see.
It depends on what happens. I mean, he's shown already that he's got some skills in the offseason. He threw some hard passes and stuff like that, but
he's
quarterback's only as good as
Justin Fields is reading. If you look at the all 11, all 22, whatever, you look at he's reading the defense now. That's good. And he's also reading at post snap. So he's understanding as the defense is rotating, you can see him actually seeing the safety shift down and finding his reads. Now the question is, he's going to be able to do that and still be accurate with the throw. So I mean, there's just a progression. So that, I mean, it's going to be, time's going to tell. Someone, he's another dynamic person who could run, throw, sprint out. When you're dynamic like that, you got to learn how to go through your progression while doing all these athletic things at the same time. And it's going to be a process, and we'll see.
Yeah. What else? Who else we got for some studs that you guys saw? What about Colts backup? Sam, what was his name? Ellinger? Yeah.
Ryan didn't great.
No.
I was actually disappointed in the Colts offense. Going against the Bills number 2s, and that was, not fantastic at all. And there was nothing, great about what we saw there.
Yeah, disappointing.
I don't take any of the pros references right now during the season. Like, honestly, when I'm watching preseason, I'm looking for the rookies and how well they do.
Yeah.
Even then, it's like I'm not expecting much. Right down this time, it's like, okay, I see the abilities. I want to know if they use them. What I look for is usage. That's all I look for. I don't like skill and all that. Like, it's their first game, unless they've had a couple of practices with other teams, but it's their first game back from wherever they new places, new faces. It depends on where and how they're doing things. But I usually don't. I wouldn't consider all this negative playage and all that into heart. Eventually it'll get better. I mean, it was the first week, so I'm not entirely, bashing on these guys.
You're enjoying the the football that we're getting, which I think is what you should.
Yeah.
Don't we have? I mean, week 1. We've been waiting all this time for football, so of course, when we see Deshaun goes 1 for 5 for 7 yards, everyone's gonna be talking about it because he's always in the news right now. So those are things that it's part of the appeal of the NFL, though, that you can go ahead and talk about these guys. Oh no, is he terrible? Even though we already know the truth is he's a top 5 quarterback, but that's not what we're seeing. So that's kind of what the whole conversation is. I don't know. I just like to watch people compete, no matter what. No matter if the first, second, third, fourth, people are competing. Some people are out there for their lives. This is their dream, and this is one opportunity you see. And you see people doing miraculous things, miraculous interceptions, going all out, giving their entire body during these preseason games. There's only 3 of them. So, I mean, that's probably the best appeal I get for all of it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people tend to turn off the channel towards the fourth quarter when they're playing like people that might or might not make the team, So, but I mean, that's when you might get some great stuff happening, but people will just kind of brush it off. They're like, it's nobody's playing nobody, so why do I care? But you never know.
What do you got to think about what did you first think we saw the Zach Wilson injury?
Ooh.
I heard about it. I didn't really get to see it though.
I didn't see it.
When I heard it, I was like, Yeah, from what they're saying, they still got to go look on what it is, I guess.
Yeah,
and then it might be he's not ready for season 1. I mean, look, Magic Mike back there is gonna be good, awesome. They have a really good backup.
Yep.
What's going on with my camera?
I will be worried. I would be worried, honestly, if I was Zach Wilson, because I mean they're saying right now it's a bone bruise, right? 2 to 4 weeks. He'll be back within a month.
What's going on?
So that means he could be ready for week 1. But when I first saw that injury, I was like, yeah, it's done. I was like, yeah, he's done. It's over.
There's insiders, you know, I don't know if you want to take that for what it's worth, but insiders are saying ACL tear. Like,
I just saw a little thing from Schefter that said it's a bone bruise, 2 to 4 weeks.
Also Schefter.
Yeah.
You know, he could have lost his leg and Schefter was like, yeah, he did get up too fast for the ACL, bone bruise and meniscus.
Awkward fall, but still missed 2 to 4 weeks. This is Yahoo, ESPN. So he's out, but he's going to be back could be back by week 1.
Yeah. Has the team released any statement yet about it? Because I know they were doing, obviously, whenever a player gets hurt, they're doing MRI like that hour. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he gets it done before he's, you know, out of his uniform. You know, that's how quick they do that stuff.
Yeah, so they did the MRI, and they said
did they release?
Just quarterback was diagnosed with bone bruise and meniscus tear in his knee. An MRI on Saturday, released by the New York Jets. Then for Network, saying no ligament damage to his knee. He will undergo arthroscopic surgery, but he's definitely questionable for week 1.
Oh, he's definitely. I don't see how he don't come back in 3 weeks, right? Yeah, 3 weeks. He ain't coming back. If it's a meniscus tear.
I mean, I could see him 4 or 5 weeks out. But the problem is if Mike White is killing it, what do you do then? You know what I'm saying?
Which he's capable of. He's very capable. He's one of my favorite ones watching. Like he's good. So I'm not worried about them at all.
All I say is, remember what happened with Tom Brady? Came in, Drew Bledsoe was the man. Tom Brady came and started doing stuff, and next thing you know, who's Drew Bledsoe?
The thing about if he does not come back, Elijah Moore is going to be heavily targeted. Mike White seems to like him a lot. From what we've seen in the games, it just seems it was Elijah. He like immersed Elijah Moore out of he broke him out last year. So I'm excited for that. Because he has the potential to make any of those guys actually decent. They have weapons. So as for the Jets go, there's no lingering question how is Zach Wilson going to do, blah, blah. We've seen what Mike can do. Mike White's pretty good. So
I'm not so certain that Mike White's not better than Zach Wilson. My question mark is Zach Wilson. I'm not exactly sure what he is yet. And I mean, nothing that he's done in the NFL in the last 2 years has made me not question it. So I don't know. We'll see. But I know it scared him. So now what's it due to his mobility? Is he going to be hearing footsteps? You don't know how it's going to affect the quarterback, especially a young quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, not like you say young and everything, but out of all of the big starters that came out of that draft class, he's got probably the biggest question mark on him. You know, so I wonder, like, he's like, oh shit, my job is legit. I mean, who else? I mean, we
don't know what Trey Lance is, even though he looked
Trey Lance,
but he hasn't played in enough games to tell you anything.
Trey Lance will be fine. I think he looked amazing. Shanahan's a really good coach. I think if the fact that he's going to just
that too
completely just drop Jimmy G and just go straight into Trey Lance, I think if he believes in him, I'm pretty sure he knows what he's doing. Like
the 49ers have done this before. They've done this before, totally drop their quarterback and bring in this guy like who's Kaepernick, and then
who the hell is it?
So I'm just saying that they have history with this. and Trey Lance looked good. He had a good game.
Yeah. I that's why I'm like, I think Trey Lance doesn't have that big of a question mark compared to Zach Wilson, because everyone saw Zach Wilson struggle last year, which kind of puts him at like, oh, we already saw you play, and now we're questioning him more, rather than Trey Lance had, because he did play a few games. He didn't play much or a few snaps.
It was like 2.
Yeah.
It
wasn't even full game. It's like
no, snaps. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I at this point I would take Trey Lance over Zach Wilson. If I was like a team, I don't know. But Jets got what they got, and we'll see what happens. But
Jets are the Jets. That's all I know. Jets are the Jets.
Exactly. Let's see who else we got going on. Oh, here's a. I don't know. We should just get this out of the way. Deshaun Watson. Played, and that was probably the most pictures I've seen on a lot of Instagram posts and NFL memes and NFL news was Watson out on the field. Before we get into that, the Shanahans are football geniuses, and and the fact that they give up a lot of picks for Lance shows they believe he will lead them in many wins / Super Bowls. Yeah,
that's why I'm not worried.
I don't know. You can believe all you want in somebody. They got to perform. I mean, I've seen people believe in people and trade up to go get them and not work out.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see it, especially with a team that's ready to win now. That Super Bowl ready team.
Yeah, I've seen what I've seen, and I think it's fine. I think he's fine. I'm not worried about it. The yesterday's preseason games and the 2 games that we barely saw enough is something for me to kind of guess. And every single time he's been up, he did what he needed to do. It was never negative. It was never like, oh, he's horrible. I think he's just fun. But we'll see how he does game after game after game after game. That's the thing. If he can do this for so long, is the consistency issues what I'm a little bit worried about. But right now, I think he'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest thing is, once again, is like when you have a quarterback that's a starting quarterback, you are preparing for it.
What's up?
Hey, James, glad to see you come back. But you're preparing for that guy. Once you're preparing for him, it's harder to win those games. When you don't know what to expect from a guy, it's a lot easier for him to win. That's why backups do so well. There's some backups that when you're not preparing for them, they'll come in and do great. If they're the starters, they don't do as well. Now that we're going to have some tape on him and see how he plays, and defense are able to react and adjust, then we're going to see what type of player he is. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think anything is in stone because, once again, he's another guy who's coming from a small school without having to play against great talent yet.
Mm-hmm.
All I do know is that yesterday he looked great. That's what I do know. But
yeah,
I just don't know how far that's going to take us.
Yeah. We'll see. I got faith in him, and I got faith in the coach.
So do I.
I think that's the bigger issue. It's like if you have a quarterback that you're still trying to figure out, I think having a coach that knows how to
win no matter what,
change and adapt, like somebody like Shanahan, I think it'll work out well. And it's also like I heard Jimmy said, it's still funny that Jimmy G was the throwaway from winning them a chip. Yeah. Which, like I know Martin always makes fun of us of talking about Jimmy G. We do it for the meme at this point. But Jimmy G's average. I mean, he's a great backup. Like Brian said, backups can win games because you don't really prep for them. Same thing. Why I think Nick Foles is a great backup is
I don't know if he's like
once you.
I think he's a starter, but he's just not that great of a starter. I don't think he's that horrible. He's just lucky, and he gets it done. Like whatever soul he sold his devil to do or whatever. But the fact that he still somehow gets it done, that's why I would never place him as a backup. Like I would, like you view him as that.
Tom Brady.
I view him as a lower tiered quarterback that still gets it done, regardless of the fact.
Yeah, the same demon as Tom Brady that he talked to. It's the same one. sold the devil. Like, oh, I want good looks. I want to have a supermodel wife, and I want to win all these games. Same guy.
Yeah,
Jimmy G talks about less even. He was
they were probably on the road together, and they went to the same cross streets, and there he was. And you know what? Let's just both do it. Look, whatever the fact is, Jimmy G is going to be starting wherever he goes for at least for a while, or until he's done. You know, he won't be in a situation where he's like, "What's up, Anthony?
What's up, Anthony?"
It won't be in that situation where like, oh, he's Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So until we see like a consecutive, all right, he sucks, then But as of we haven't seen that yet.
No. I think if you sign Jimmy G, you make sure you sign him to bring his rabbit's foot or horseshoe, whatever bag of magical Lucky Charms he carries along with him. Like, I'm signing you and the leprechaun. Like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, and that's fine. You know, rumors saying that he might end up with the Browns because of every situation, all that stuff, and then might end up with Seattle. I mean, it's interesting. It really is.
Is Jimmy G better than Alex Smith?
No. I don't know. I put them in the same boat. They both have their own talent set.
Yeah, I think they're the exact same thing. So
that's they're the same. Yeah.
Kaepernick thing with Alex Smith, it's the same thing I'm seeing with Jimmy G with Trey Lance. It's the same exact thing. The guy behind us is better. He's better athletically. He's better, stronger arm. They feel like they could win with him. And that's why you get rid of Jimmy G, because he's Alex Smith. Alex Smith is a starter. He goes to Kansas City. What did he do? He won 12 games. Problem is, you know, Mahomes came behind him and won a Super Bowl. You know, that's just he was unlucky, and Garoppolo happens to be lucky. So I think he's going to go somewhere and do well.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it between them two. They're same except for the luck.
Exactly.
Yeah. We got James said was that George Karlaftis?
Karlaftis.
Yeah. 9 pressure yesterday. Dude was an animal. Of course. That wasn't too off.
Yeah. You know what school he went to?
No. Where'd he go? Oh, I thought Martin froze for a second.
No.
I want to see if you
was it Notre Dame? No.
Oh, you're close though. And like where, you know?
Location, geography.
Oh, I can't remember right now. I can't remember.
Purdue.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. Yeah, it's like you were right there.
Like right
there. See, if it wasn't for the delay, Braden would have had it. Even with the delay, he came up at the same time.
But yeah, no, I think he's gonna be all right. He's gonna be a good DN there. So, a lot of these DNs, man, they came in. I'm still waiting on Jermaine Johnson. See what he does. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of that Jets. I don't know if he played much. I'll have to go back. Actually, I'm gonna look at it right now. See if they did.
The Jets defense actually looked pretty good. That's what I'm saying. Like the Jets have a team. It's just, do they have enough of a quarterback to lead them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it is a tough division too. I mean, that's a tough division.
I don't think he played this week. That's the thing. Jermaine Johnson, I don't think he did.
Someone I could think off the top of my head.
But no, I mean overall, like it was good. It was good. It was a good preseason. I'm not entirely like disappointed with what we saw. I mean, I didn't catch every game. Just life. But if this was like regular season, you know, I would probably be tuned into most of these. Really, I was. I usually what I do throughout the week, watch the games later. But then catch up following week and then watch some more. So
you can watch that 2 times speed, 3 times speed sometimes, and
like I said before, you know, during preseason I look for usage. I really look for usage and how well they use them, if they're not using them, or if sometimes some of these guys don't even play because they don't want to play them. So I'm like, okay, well that's fine too, because you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. But again, I watched my Falcons. I liked what the Lions did. Lions seem to have a little something in there, like I expected. So, I think they're gonna.
The Lions. I'm telling you.
What's up?
Yeah, they're still the Lions. I mean,
yeah, I know. I really don't care what you say because you're so negative about them. I really don't. I honestly,
7 years of experience of seeing the Lions.
I know.
I'm just gonna sit here quiet, and then when they win 3 games at the end of the season, I'm like, I'm just gonna replay it.
But that's not gonna happen, though. That's not gonna happen.
Honestly, I think the Lions will win 7 games. I think they win 7 games. Because it's all about the quarterback with that. It's just what I see. I mean, if you don't have a guy that can win you games, that can actually lose you games. The guy you have as your starter can lose you the game, then that tells me something.
How about you read that one for us, bro?
I watched the game. Justin Fields had 9 dropbacks and threw 7 passes yesterday. His receivers gained a total of 4 yards in after the catch. Yes, but did you not know that our top 4 receivers didn't play? Our top running back didn't play. Our straight in didn't play. Like we talk, I watched the game. I actually know what's happening. I have context over what they actually the actual stats are. That's what.
Yeah. How about this for a stat? Every single snap, Justin Fields was touched by a D lineman. How about that? You can't pass. Any quarterback cannot play if every single time he's in the backfield, the O-line just lets him get, touched. If there's constantly a D lineman back there, this is not going to happen. And I don't care if you're Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. You saw what happened with Patrick Mahomes when he's getting chased around with D linemen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can have the greatest quarterback of all time. If he has no one protecting him, it doesn't matter. Every single time he had the ball and he snapped, he was touched by a D lineman. Shit, there was one play where the O-line threw the D line into Justin Fields. So yeah, of course he's at 9. He's going to have 9 throws or whatever. It's like, I mean, he did have that one good throw to that tight end.
Yeah,
was it tight end?
But the point is, it wasn't Cole Kmet. It wasn't.
It wasn't
any of the start. Like our top 5 receivers weren't in the game. Our starting running back wasn't in the game. I'm not worried about that. I know what they are. I know what they don't have. My problem is being healthy.
Bears are going to suck this year.
And read. If you can be healthy and you can read the defense, I'm not worried about it. And I say the Bears actually win 7 games too. All this talk about Lions and stuff, we both win 7 games. How about that? Spike bet. Let's go.
The first one. Yeah,
I'm ready. Come on, spike bet.
Y'all need to stop watching the damn Hard Knocks, because every time a team is on Hard Knocks, like they're winning the Super Bowl. Like, hold on. No.
Don't you see them?
Not just you.
Lions all
not just you. No. Not just you. It's everybody. It's everybody.
He's not a winning coach, and you're going to find.
He's not a winning coach.
You're going to find it out. We know non-winning coaches.
Yeah,
we know all about it.
He's a badass coordinator.
You guys have
he's a badass
coordinator. You guys hang out at the bars. I forgot.
Don't worry about it. I'm telling you, he's a tight end. I know what he is. He's a rah-rah. I'm gonna smash my head into my helmet into a locker before I go out to the game. That's what he is.
Funny though. I love how Braden brought this up. I'm pretty sure if I know Braden, he probably just brought it up just to see how much you guys are going to complain about it.
Yeah, of course.
I have no complaints. I have no complaints at all. I know what it is. I saw the game. I watched it live. I have none.
Yeah,
I think he just did the trigger you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't even matter. Like,
but to act like we don't know that the Bears are gonna suck is
exactly. We know that.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
kept getting them. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you have back there, what's going on. Without an O-line, any team is gonna suck. And right now, Bears probably have the worst O-line. And Bears lover, thank you.
Is there anything you liked about it, though?
No, I mean, honestly, I thought our O-line, the problem that it wasn't cohesive. So a lot of the times when they were getting pressure, it wasn't because they were doing poorly blocking. They weren't doing it as a unit. They weren't staying together.
They weren't line.
Yeah, it's like that. They weren't creating a pocket. That's what was going on. I also don't know.
I saw somebody. I saw somebody say like the Bears are the difference between a line and a line segment. It's like, yeah, they're there, but there's all the holes in between. Where like you go look at some of these like other great like O lines, and like, yeah, they're a line, they're solid, they're one unit. But there were some good things. I thought Fields, his progressions got better. Granted, they had to be very quick, stuff like that. I see him evolving. I wish he had time to evolve better and quicker, but you're limited on the time you can get better when
you have your receivers with you. We'll see. Until you have your receivers, we don't know.
Until he gets a number one receiver. Like
I don't care if it's Darnell Mooney. But Mooney wasn't out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, none of them. Byron Pringle wasn't out there. None of them were out there. So I have no problems.
Well, like half of them are in trouble with the law, right?
Yeah, man.
I'm praying for Fields every day. That man is gonna have bad anxiety soon. Yeah. Hopefully not.
Stop talking about the Bears. This is frustrating me. Hate you, Martin.
Yeah.
Hate you too, Brady.
I didn't bring it up. Brady.
You let me read it. I hate you both.
But I didn't bring it up though.
You led me down that rabbit hole.
So there's nothing. There's nothing positive.
There's a lot of positive. I mean, I like Jaquan Brisker.
I'm still having
Adrian Amos.
The defense.
Jaquan Brisker.
Finally, you talk about the defense.
That dude,
because you guys talk about all this negative stuff, and you guys brought up no positive. The defense was on point.
Kyler Gordon
actually did really well.
Play. I mean, even going from Mahomes, you can see.
If you want to talk about offense, Ebner, dude, I know he probably won't probably get a lot of time on the field, but he did pretty good as depth. Ebner did pretty good.
No,
I'm saying Jaquan Brisker was pretty good though.
But Jaquan Brisker is really a star. I think he's going to be able to play really well. It's what the Bears really need on defense. But they still need to get pressure on the quarterback. So, but once again, if your DNs don't really play,
I think Robinson's what we got. Pretty good.
Aquin, what's his name? Muhammad. The DN we got from the Colts. That guy could play. He can definitely play.
Did Mooney play? He did. He said, Brandon said Mooney did play. He got 26-yard catch.
He had 5 snaps.
Oh, yeah. But one was that wasn't that one good catch that he did?
Yeah.
Or was that? Yeah.
It was him.
Yeah. That one like oh wow. So yeah. Preseason, all the media guys said Chiefs won't make the playoffs. Look really dumb right now.
Yeah. Chiefs are going to be great still. Everyone in that division is going to be great.
Yeah, exactly. Saying the Chiefs aren't going to be like a playoff team. Get what? No, not with that coach and that quarterback. Yeah, that alone. Nathan Peterman, stiff arming dude was impressive. Yeah,
it's Nathan Peterman though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who I like? Barkley looked okay. Saquon?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Matt.
No, I didn't. That whole game, I just didn't even.
Okay. I actually, that was the one game I wanted to see, and I didn't get to watch it.
Look at the stats. I mean,
I'll probably get to eventually, but I mean that was one game I kind of wanted to watch.
So I honestly believe Baker's going to start there. That's not even going to be any question. Baker's going to start there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. He did pretty good. I mean, I know the stat wise, he didn't get like a touchdown like Sam Darnold did or anything, but I mean, he looked all right. He looked pretty good. I think he'll be fine. He's gonna start. I'm not worried about that at all. But about the Colts Bills game, I didn't get to watch much of it, but from here, I mean, again,
didn't play that much at all on the Bills defense.
A lot of first teamers on both sides didn't. So
didn't play at all.
Yes.
Those teams don't really need to play their firsts. They really don't. I think those teams are already established enough to where they could keep it safe and not play any of their starters. So, but sometimes I like to see the depth guys. I'll just see where it's at. Then Jimmy says, "Where do you see the Chiefs' record being?" I say 13-4.
Well, you guys broke down the Chiefs already, right?
Yeah, that was like,
you remember what? A while ago.
You know how many teams I've done since then?
All of them.
Hey, right? Are you done yet?
No, we got one more.
Got one more. There you go.
I want to hear what you say because I do have a number in mind.
Let me look at their schedule. I'm gonna have to pull up the schedule. Tank, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Let me look at this.
Well, I got the schedule right here. Pull it up.
Oh man, I think I gave him a high number. I'm pretty sure it was high double digits. I don't think I actually.
Well, it's definitely double digits. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, I'm not. Cards is gonna be a good one. Chargers, Colts, Bucks, Raiders. Man, that's a nice beginning of the season for them. Jesus Christ, man.
Okay, now I remember. Yeah, but then after the bye, or basically just before the bye week and on is pretty.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at.
After
the Bills,
minus one or two teams. Yeah, no, they're fine.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Broncos will be interesting. They don't have a super easy schedule, but they have the games that they do have.
They remember their division is so great. I mean, the Raiders looked great in the preseason so far. That's probably the team that impressed me the most. The Chargers look like they're going to take a little time to gel, but they have so much talent on the field.
At minimum, it's going to be 10.
That's why I have them at 11. Yeah. I have them at 11-6.
Yeah. They're winning at least 10, like for sure. I mean, 10 to 13 is probably a good number. 13 is kind of
at minimum. It's going to be 10.
Right.
Look, I don't care what they say. Andy Reid's one of the greatest coaches in the game right now, and he works with what he has. I don't care. Oh yeah, they lost weapons. Blah blah blah. I don't care because time after time, he's proven that whatever he's given, he makes it work to the best abilities of these players. He brings out the best of their abilities, and he makes it work. Yeah, they don't have Cheetah. That's fine. You can say that all you want, but I'm telling you, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. I said 11 games. As Braden said, over under the Chiefs is 10.5. I'm at 11.
Oh shit! Yeah, so you guys are right there.
Yeah. Well, and yeah. Thanks, Braden. We usually are. And the way we run our shows, the overview videos is, we'll look at the schedule and we kind of say, which clearly I just said, at minimum 10. So and then 10.5. So when we kind of, it's funny because whenever it's a half like that, like a 10.5, it's funny that one of us will guess 11 and the other one will guess 10, and then Brady shows us the over under live, and it's 10.5, and I'm like we've done it so many times. One of us will go, I think it's 8, I think it's 10, and then the over under is at 9. I'm like, we're too good at this. I don't know. It's really weird. But at minimum 10. They're making playoffs. Like that's just not even a doubt in my mind.
Yeah. So real quick, Jimmy says, I'll tell you their first loss. Let me guess. Let me guess.
Buccaneers.
But
skip that because we already know what he's freaking Buccaneers.
I think the game that is gonna be so watched is going to be week 6 against the Bills. I'm excited for that game.
Oh, that's that
super fun.
So you know how it was always Ravens Chiefs, right? For like past 3 years until last season, but 3 years before that, it was always like Ravens Chiefs. Like that's the game. I think it's the Bills Chiefs now.
Oh yeah.
If that, I think it's funny that Chiefs are like the tier of everybody's team. Like if you can beat them,
then you're
quintessentially you're like the best team of the NFL for some reason.
I feel like
that's how we kind of tier it. But
the Chiefs Bills feels like the Indianapolis Colts Patriots of the early 2000s. That's what it feels like. Where you have the two best quarterbacks going against each other. You know, when they had Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, or now you're looking at Patrick Mahomes. You see this over and over again. I mean, when you got these two guys that are that dynamic and can lead their teams, and you literally win because of them. I mean, this is the AFC Championship game. This is what it is. Every game they play means something because it's about bragging rights over that one other team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah, Jimmy said like you're looking for the Chiefs-Rams game. That's gonna be another good game. Chiefs-Bengals might be pretty good. It's a little bit later in the season, so injuries. But if everyone's healthy, that's gonna be a fun game too.
I'd rather see the Chiefs Raiders. I'd rather see them with the Broncos, the Chargers, all those. Every game they're going to play is going to be one of those must see games because you don't know what all those teams are up and coming teams, and Chiefs have that target on their back. They're the ones you have to beat.
Like I said, they are the tier that everybody kind of levels it out. If you beat them, you're considered to be pretty good. Like that's the example that everybody uses. Like, and and you just mentioned the Bengals. I think the Bengals are sneakily are sneaky team to beat them. I think they can do it. But again, nobody sees them that way. You know, even though they made Super Bowl last year and whatever, or not, or playoffs and whatever, it was just like, how far and how well.
I don't know.
What's up?
So I know what's going on with Jesse Bates. I don't know.
Oh, I'm not even worried. Like I honestly, God, if Logan Wilson can get healthy, man, that'd be great. I have too many shares of it.
There you go. That's to be the man, you got to beat the man out, and right there you got to put the Chiefs logo.
And that's
right
exactly
now, the Chiefs are the man.
It's exactly how it is.
Yeah, I gotta find that audio. The woo.
Please don't. Just no.
Oh, come on, man! It's clear
all the time.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I'm tired of hearing that guy.
No, but I mean, that's the thing. Every generation of football, like there's a new dynasty. There's a new team. Before
I mean, it used to be the Patriots for like basically all my childhood. It was basically Patriots.
All of our life so far was the
I like that.
Yeah, but
if I'm Jesse Bates, send me to the Eagles. Woo, that'd be a team then. Eagles be dangerous out of the NFC East.
Oh.
What the hell?
I'm guessing he pressed the wrong button.
Damn, he closed out his window, didn't he?
Yeah, you made him.
He went through his tabs and he closed out his window, didn't he?
Yeah, we've all done that before.
Yeah, I've done that. I did that live when I was by myself one time. I was going through my tabs and I closed it. You closed your tab out, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Did your internet just cut out like that and came back on?
I literally just I clicked on the comment and just kicked me out. Like, oh,
that's weird.
Streamer's like, nope. Yeah, that's
usually for me it's because
must be Cowboys fans.
I'm going through the tabs.
We're old school WWF wrestlers, not new school WWE wrestler fans.
Is that okay? I'm like, I wasn't gonna comment on that. I'm like, why does this name sound so familiar? I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, she's the new Ric Flair. She used that logo or that slogan.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, okay.
Yeah. Just like around the
but that's
Roddy Piper thing. I mean,
I'm sorry, man. Should I be watching wrestling? I don't know about like is it good? Is it good nowadays? From what I remember back in when I was a kid,
the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
I don't want to get to it, but they're supposed to go back to that. They want to go back to that. But basically, a lot of the women are taking some of the best wrestlers. Like there's one that kind of comes out in like a very Macho Man kind of style.
So they take an old persona.
I mean, you have Ric Flair's daughter. Is fighting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're fun. They're fun to watch. The women are, I think, more fun to watch than the men wrestling right now. But yeah, that's a whole nother show. we get some wrestling fans on here.
God didn't like that. He said,
so is God a Cowboys fan? That's what you're trying to say?
If you ask anybody in Texas, I'm sure they're like, yup. Oh man, yeah. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Christian?
Hello. Who are these people? Like, okay, I understand you guys are bringing them, but hello. I've never seen these names. That's probably because they go on your guys' show.
Yeah, it's like we see them all the time.
They're
but that's good though. That's good. I'm glad they're here
right
because Sundays we're still gonna look. These two idiots are still gonna be here for you. Okay.
On the
I love them to death. Every Sunday I meet them here, but it's again we are switching over to one channel. That way it's easier for us, not just streaming on multiple channels. So,
all right. So I was watching your show the other day, and you were confusing the shit. I was laughing so hard because I was like, "Oh my god!" So the Nerd Huddle is a network that we have, and we have different shows, and it happens to be on also different channels. So this show, The Morning Spike, is going to be on the Dynasty Pylon channel going forward, starting week 1. So if you want all your fantasy football stuff going, all your sits and start questions, so make sure you subscribe to Dynasty Pylon, which I believe Christian's over on Dynasty Pylon right now. We're gonna do all our fantasy football in-season stuff on Dynasty Pylon. So the Morning Spike show is gonna be on that channel.
How many subs we got?
I think you're like at 166.
Look, at 200 though, guys. At 200, I'm giving up the second jersey.
There you go.
So get subbed on that channel.
Literally, I think 3 weeks.
We're at 165, I think.
Hopefully,
in 3 weeks you'll have that.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll climb up that fast.
Yeah, because we're at
one points. What's up, my guy? That's Sean. That's Sean. Yeah. Welcome in, man. How you doing? This guy I've known for many years. I used to game with this dude every day. It's nuts. I know him personally through like just talking to him, man. This guy's a good dude. Him and mom live in Cincinnati, I think, right now, right? Or maybe New York. They were in New York. I think they moved back to Cincinnati. But yeah, what's up, Sean?
There you go. Cool.
Yeah.
Also, share the stream, man. Go on if you're watching on YouTube. Copy the link, share it on Twitter, man. Share it on Facebook. I mean, that's how we want to get more out there, and we need you fans to help us out. So
there's a correlation.
He's voted by Derpy.
Yeah, there it is. Damn, that's an old. I don't use that one anymore, bro. I don't use that one anymore, man. That's old. Yeah.
See, man. Once you find the perfect gamer tag, you just don't change it. Like Tink Kramer. I had that damn gamer tag since before gamer tags were a thing. Like you're talking about 90s. Everything was Tink Kramer. Don't ask me why, because it's the stupid story of it. It's just I can tell you why. It's fucking stupid and super, super lame, but the name was great.
Well, you already started. You might as well. Shit.
How do you won? It's the nerdiest, lamest thing. It was basically because of Warcraft. Because Warcraft, you had to do it, and I always like playing tanks. The tank character, because there's tank, DPS, healers, blah blah blah. So if you're a nerd, tank in a video game, what that means. And I've always played tank characters. Even still in newer video games, I've always, like in Overwatch, I play tank characters just because I like that style of play. So I wind up just going tank Kramer. So I had that World of Warcraft.
You're such a nerd.
Everything
Such
like
a nerd.
Ain't too bad, man.
Big old nerd.
That's awesome. I love that part.
Big old nerd. But yeah. Agent Venom is a cool gamer tag though. You should have kept with that one.
Yeah, but it wasn't we'll get into that another day. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll
be
talk
a
about
Do
it
We Just
another
Become Best
show,
Friends?
Yeah.
That'd be a Do We Become Best Friends episode. Which I got something in the pipeline for that. So if you want more of the Nerd Huddle, but maybe do random shit, I do have something in the pipeline for another Did We Just Become Best Friends episode.
Hell yes.
So it'd be fun. It'd be fun. I think it'll be really funny to watch. I'm excited for it. So So, make sure you also subscribe to the Nerd Huddle. If you like bear stuff, we do bears out on Tuesdays. And we're hopefully the idea is to get a bunch more sports as well. So make sure you check that out.
All right, so
what Jimmy said.
Jimmy brought it back. Thank you. We go off topic sometimes, but what do you guys think about Patriots and Mac Jones' increased struggles?
No, I mean, I actually don't think it's that bad at all. Right now, they're just trying to work out the kinks of who's going to call the plays. I mean, Matt Patricia calling out plays, a defensive coordinator really being your offensive coordinator right now, your play caller. I mean, there's no offensive coordinator, but he's the offensive play caller. I think they're just trying to figure out what style they're going to use. But with Bill Belichick, you can guarantee one thing: they're going to run the ball. And then their backup did really well too. He was actually really accurate. It was a lot fine. So it's just, I think he's got to learn what they say, like skills. Play calling is not really a skill. Being a coach is a skill. Play calling is an art. I think you're going to figure out that art of Mac Patricia trying to right now. I think he's just going to figure out the art and how to do these things.
Yeah. No, look, mac and cheese is fine. It really is. I'm not too worried about it. They're in a situation where they have a lot of new assets, and it's kind of like what Brian, they're working it out. It's game one, man. It's game one of the preseason. Like, we can't. I'm still optimistic about every single team, and I don't care how bad their performance is. Everybody has a bad day, and it happened to be maybe particularly on the first bad day that they came into the NFL. Like, that sucks for some of these guys because sometimes they don't get another chance until maybe next year or later, months down the road. But look, I'm not worried about it. I think it's be fine.
Oh, I mean, they didn't. I don't remember Mac Jones being in the game. Honestly, it was. No, Mac Jones didn't even. I don't think he even suit up. But I'm still not worried. Like, he's probably talking about what they're talking about during practice and stuff. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, during the game, Billy Zapp wasn't it? Is it Billy Zapp?
Sucks, man. I don't even talk about that guy.
He was anyway. He was like killing it. He was killing it. No, he was doing real good.
He got lucky.
He was like 19 to 30 or something like that.
No.
Yeah, he was like 19 to 30. I'm telling you. I know he threw an interception, but he also threw a touchdown. He did fine. The guy was fine.
He sucks.
59% pass completion, 205 yards, a TD, an interception. So, and yards per attempt was 6.4. So, yes,
he's fine.
He sucks. I don't care. I watched him in between the pylons. That dude is inaccurate as hell. I get it. Yeah, those stats was a fluke. Okay. I'm telling you, next week it ain't gonna be the same. Hoyer is probably
was like 2 seconds ago. He's like, I have faith in everybody. Everyone has a bad game. Except for that guy. That guy sucked.
I didn't say
every team.
I said mac and cheese.
Mac
and cheese. That was it.
I was like, I don't believe he was in play.
But then you brought up Zappy, and Bailey Zappy sucks. I don't care. I watched him in college, and I watched him in the Senior Bowl.
Seems personal.
And then he came he came to freaking preseason. He still sucks. I don't care.
Well, he's listed as a stud in like NFL and CBS.
Yeah, he did really well. I was watching the game.
I don't care. Not what I saw at the beginning. He probably shaped it up towards the end, but I probably ended up no.
You gave up.
This is what I was thinking right here. Like, sounds like you have a deep hatred for him.
Because you guys haven't seen what I've seen.
Honestly, that was the first game I ever seen of him, so I can't even sit there and, like,
y'all don't know what he does. Watch next week. I'm telling you, you're gonna do horrible. Guarantee you. You're gonna do horrible next week.
It was Brady said he had a 75.6 rating. Tell you, he wasn't bad. He lost. They lost, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. It's also hard to gauge some of these guys. I was like, he's a backup playing against other backups.
He was also playing
it's gonna be very different.
Secondary, like
they were all third string. Yeah, they were the third string.
Like, get out of here! Don't no.
Yeah. So it's always hard. Like, he looked good, but he also looked good against third stringers.
All you can do is play against who you can play against.
Yeah.
Although Thornton did look pretty good though. Hoyer connected with Thornton real well.
I was more talking about his struggles during training camp and practice. Yeah, I'm not worried about him at all. Exactly what Mark was saying. He's fine. He's going to a different old coordinator, another person talking in your headset. You got to work those things out. As I said, calling plays is an art. It's not like something that's you can put on a piece of paper and figure out. You're going to have to work with your quarterbacks in your offensive coordinator and figure out how you're going to call these games. And then at the end of the day, the Patriots run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They got 7 running backs, and they're going to run the ball. That's why I saw. Was it Damian Harris is on the trading block? I'm just saying they have all these running backs, and they're going to run, and you're going to be fine. They're going to be fine, and they're going to be about 500 this year, 9-8, 8-9, 9-8. That's where they're going to be.
Yeah. I mean, it's Belichick.
Mac and cheese.
I've been calling him that since day one, bro.
Oh yeah,
he has been
since last year, man. Yeah.
Look, it's either mac and cheese or McCorkle. Which one you want?
Stay with mac and cheese.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I
can call him McCorkle. That's his name. That's
worst
his name,
case.
McCorkle.
They can let Mac Jones just call plays. Good job, Brady.
Yeah, look, mac and cheese is just fine. I ain't worried about it. As a matter of fact, I think he's going to be a very good. Honestly, mac and cheese is really good to the point where I'm okay with having him as a backup in my freaking fantasy leagues.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Sure. Yeah. So, is it mac and cheese because of his name, or
because Cam Newton dubbed him mac and cheese?
But Cam also, Newton, the owner is Robert Kraft, so we got Kraft. And mac and cheese.
I like that. That's good. Kraft mac and cheese.
But no, his actual name is.
I'm making a Photoshop.
McCorkle
I'm writing that down.
His name is McCorkle Jones. I look it up. I kid you not, it's McCorkle. And then his rookie year, Newton came in there and he started calling him mac and cheese. And I mean, you know what? I like that. I like
That's
that.
Funny. I didn't know that.
I like that. I like that.
Smooth. And smooth and good.
What about this one?
It was really good.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get into.
I want to talk about this.
All right, go ahead.
What? No, I want to know what you thought about. I mean,
you want to
Mitch Trubisky? Go ahead. Mitch Trubisky looked fine, and he started off the game, and I think he's going to win the starting job. Yeah. I really do. But he wasn't the most impressive part of the game. That's Kenny Pickens was the most impressive part of that game. Being 13 of 15, all those yards. He looked good. He was in command. But once again, he was playing against third and fourth string.
Yeah, he was third in the lineup, right? After Rudolph, right?
Yeah. Mason Rudolph went second.
Which I'm surprised. I really thought he would be second. So
I heard that he was having problems in practice. But he pulled out.
Prospect wise, I would imagine he would be second in line, but again, a lot of these, it'll take time.
Well, they're saying he's going to move up in the depth chart next week, and they're going to see how that works out. So he might be getting in on the field earlier and play against maybe a little bit better of a defense.
Yeah,
So but all three of them did well.
Yeah.
Mr. Trubisky only had 7 dropbacks. It was 4 of 7, 63 yards and a touchdown. Mason Rudolph was 9 of 15 for 93 yards and a touchdown. Kenny Pickett was 13 of 15 for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. They were all pretty much. And this is what we said. These are 3 guys. They're the 3 Spider-Men pointing at each other, right? This is what they're the same guy. That's all it is. You see the same guy.
I give Trubisky a little bit of
because he's a little bit faster.
A little. No, he's ahead of them. Slightly. I think he's a little bit better than them. Kenny Pickett's still working everything out. I think overall Pickett will take over.
By game 5 or 6 or something, he's gonna.
I don't think it's gonna be that quick either.
Oh really? No, I think if they lose,
I don't think so.
4 in a row?
I think they go a little bit longer than that.
So Kenny Pickett had 132.6 rating. Trubisky had 126.8. It's because they're the same guy, except Trubisky is playing against number ones, and he can run. That's the one thing I keep on saying with Mr. Trubisky. I think he learned something from Josh last year.
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen really showed him how, hey, if you're good at something, do that something. Don't worry about everything else. Don't try to be what they want you to be. Be who you are.
No, exactly, and that's fine. It's kind of like what happened with Fields last year. I don't want to go back to your Bears, but I kind of have to though. But for the reason where at some point you're cornered and you kind of have to play what you're best at and to make it happen, and that's exactly what happened with Trubisky and Pickett. Like Trubisky played what he had to do, and he did pretty good. I mean, I'm not worried. They're not in a horrible situation, to be honest. Like it could have been like at first it sounded bad, but I think it's fine. I don't like Rudolph much.
Yeah,
I think with Pickett and Trubisky is just fine.
It's not that Rudolph is bad. I just don't believe in him as a leader.
I agree with that.
You look at him in the huddle. You're gonna have him in the huddle. You look in his eyes, and you don't see a killer. You see like just this dude, just like I'm just out here doing whatever. I'm not gonna follow you.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, you brought this back.
You can use a Cordell Stewart type of quarterback.
Jesus.
Hey, you say that, but understand, Mitch Trubisky is that type of quarterback. I'm telling you, Mitch Trubisky can run like that. He really can.
Yeah, he could run. I don't think he has the attitude though, like Stewart had.
I think being behind Josh Allen, I think Mitch is going to surprise a lot of people.
And that's why I don't think it's going to be that early where Pickett's going to take over. That's why I don't think it's going to be that early. I think it'll be either after the bye week or something like that.
I guess depends on
it
depends on their record.
If Mitch is doing pretty damn well, why take him out? Like, don't fix what's not broken, Leave him in. I think it'll be after the bye week.
I mean, I think it totally depends on their record. If they have a good record, you might might be do the whole season. If they have a crappy record, they lose 4 in a row at any point in time, Kenny Pickett's going in. At any point in time, you get lose 4 in a row, he's going in.
I don't know my camera today, man. I haven't had issues.
You got to turn off the autofocus. Yeah, they played against Seattle, so it's not saying much either. Exactly. And then Pickens was also playing against like third string Seattle. So
but really,
when he was bad to really, really bad.
He was playing on air, really. That's what he's saying.
What was that fake high school team that won? That's who he was playing against. But no, I think next week, Pickens is probably, from what I'm reading, is going to move up the depth chart and be back behind
Trubisky, probably.
Trubisky. That would make sense. I mean, you already know what Mason Rudolph is. You already know what kind of player he is. He has years behind him. You don't know what Pickett's is, So like put him against a little bit harder team not harder team, but not third stringers, maybe some first/second string and see what happens. And
I think that's why they're moving him up next week, from what Brian said.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna doubt that. Like, I'm gonna believe what Brian said. If that's what he said. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure if that's what the reasoning for that, see how he does that.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
So one thing though I wanted to actually talk about is we actually saw a little bit of Jordan Love.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of Jordan Love there, and it wasn't
as bad.
I've seen worse.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been.
And everything that negatively we people have been saying, it wasn't bad, man. Like, it wasn't horrible. It was okay. Is he gonna take over?
No. See, here's the problem with Jordan Love. You can't throw 3 interceptions.
Technically, that was his first game.
He's not reading. He's reacting. He's like using his first read, and he's throwing the ball and not realizing what the defense is changing as you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going from the middle of the field open to the middle of the field closed, and he's not seeing the rotation. He sees it pre-snap, and he's not doing it.
And he's sticking with it.
He's sticking with it.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. I was going like he's not adjusting to the movement of the game, but he's memorizing the play and expecting his guys to be there in the route.
Here's my first read. Here's my second read. Instead of thinking, is this zone or is this man? Is this middle field open or close?
It's a learning process. And look, 49ers, that probably wasn't a great team to face defensively. Those front seven are nasty. So
they really
are. And they got some depth too. So look, next week, I don't know who do they got next week. Let me check that out. Who do the Packers got next week and see how well they do? They got the Saints?
Yep, Saints on Friday.
Oh, that's just even worse. Okay, well, what about the third week? What about the third week?
Skip Chiefs.
Oh my gosh, this poor dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I mean, it's probably actually good for him because, like, listen, if you are going to replace,
I don't think he's ever going to pay.
No, I don't think they'll let him.
You think by the time Rodgers retires,
they're going to draft somebody?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't think he's ever going to
the worst situation I've ever seen.
You never want to be the man replacing the man unless you're Aaron Rodgers. He's the only one to actually do well. You never want to be the man replacing the man.
He'll have to. The only time we'll see Jordan Love do something is going to be on another team.
Yeah.
He's already 2-3 years in already.
Yeah.
Did they sign him for 4 or 5?
5. I think. Well, he's the first rounder, so he has that. You have that the 5th year you could pick up, but they got to pick it up at the end of this year, don't they?
I don't know.
This is year 3.
Braden doesn't beat me to it. I'll find out.
This has to be year 3 for Jordan Love.
Yeah, this is year 3. So it depends if a 4-year or 5-year.
Because he's a first round pick, he's a 20-something pick, so that means he has a 4-year with a 5th-year option. They have to pick up the 5th year next year.
That's true.
So
they're not going to do it. That's right.
So I mean, if they don't pick him up next year, you will know exactly.
He's gonna, like I said, he's gonna have to go somewhere else and try and prove it. I don't know. Look, if Jordan Love went to Seattle, holy crap, he'd be the best quarterback in the world in Seattle right now. Because there ain't no
there's no quarterback in Seattle. Hey, Martin, you in Seattle? You'll be in the competition, man. I'm just saying, Seattle's bad.
So. Yeah,
that's actually not a bad idea. How many like second stringers that are stuck behind somebody or something like that would want to go to Seattle and try to be? I don't know if you'd be considered the man at Seattle, but
it's a good shot. Why not?
Yeah. Just to prove. I mean, you'll be a starter. I mean, you can cut your career short if you suck. Because if you suck and you're risking it all.
Look, your first 4 years, you got thousands of dollars than what you probably would have thought your entire life.
Yeah.
So hopefully they were smart with their money. And then go risk it for the biscuit, on a crappy team.
I mean, Seattle really. I mean, their 2 star guys are fighting for stars are like number 45 and 50 of
Gino.
If you're ranking the quarterbacks, they're like 45 and 50 of all the people in there. They got a top 32 job. Like there's easily
a fan.
18 guys. 18 other quarterbacks are better. 18. They have 18 other guys in the NFL that are better than that.
Look, all you have to do is make top, I'm not saying 10. Like, you got to make the top 30, all right? As long as you're not the worst 2 guys in the league, you'll be okay. You'll be okay if you're not the worst 2 guys in the league. Because those 2 guys are definitely getting replaced. At least you're in the top 30, you'll be at least in a backup situation for the rest of your life. Make 1,000. That's the way I see it for these guys.
What I'll say is, imagine if Malik Willis went to Seattle.
He would tear it up.
That's Seattle made a mistake.
Oh,
that's what it comes down with. Seattle made a mistake not picking up Malik Willis. Plain and simple. Pete Carroll made a mistake.
Well, Pete Carroll's too old to consciously think. I think he just needs to retire.
Yep.
Or
go to the guy, or something.
But bro, you're 70 plus, man. Like, enjoy life. Why are you stressing every season? Enjoy life. You had a good run.
Tell him, just don't become Tony La Russa. Don't be falling asleep on the sidelines.
Or just get like glasses that you can't see through.
We can then burn these
though.
carrying around.
Who was so last night we went out and Mark brought up the Matt Ariza's punt of the 82 yards. Did y'all see that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Can someone pull that up? I want to show.
I don't look.
Can we
You
pull
sure you
that
want
up?
to do? I don't want to. I don't know. Look,
man,
hey,
that
look,
was-
don't because
It
we'll
was
get
worth it
monetized
though.
for it. We'll get monetized for it. Don't do it. Look, look
Well,
for the 4 that's in here.
We'll cut it out. I know what I'm doing, dude. We'll blur it out in post. So that's why you gotta subscribe. You want the good shit, you gotta watch us live. Because if you watch it on replay, you're gonna miss some stuff. Now we'll cut it out.
It was.
Yeah, I saw
amazing.
that people need to.
All right. Well, then
Let's
nobody
see that.
comment. Just watch it. Or none of us talk.
let me
so
find
it's
it.
easier for us to edit it out. Ready? Just let us know when you're ready.
Wait, well, I gotta find it first. So
Yeah,
so I can talk about it.
But yeah. Let us know when, and then we'll that way it's not.
It was, but it was beautiful.
Look, we said it. We said at the beginning he was going to be the best punter in the entire league. We said this. He was going to be the best punter, and he hadn't even done it. He just did it. And look at that. Look what's going to happen. Look, and the Bills are such a good team that they won't even need to use him. But when they need him, damn, you know they're going to have the best punter in the league.
Can you imagine being stuck on your own 5-yard line, right?
This guy,
your punter punched the ball, and you put it on the guy on the other team's 10-yard line. That's basically what is going on.
This guy
nuts.
is getting a free ride to the Super Bowl, and he's getting himself a ring by doing 20 punts this season. It's going to be 20 punts, but they're going to be the greatest 20 punts of this season. I'm telling you.
I don't know. He's going to. He can kick it long and he can kick it far. Can he kick it short? Because his punts are going to be like a little pooch.
I'm sure he can.
Yeah.
Just a little oomph on it. Less oomph on it. I'm pretty sure he'll be just fine.
Half a toe.
Right. So here it is. I got it.
Right,
it was Indy versus Buffalo yesterday. Was it yesterday or Friday? It was yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
All right. So I'm gonna bring it up. The sound's off, so about 4-yard line.
They still run it.
There it is. There it is. Bro.
Do you realize the line of scrimmage at the 20? He's kicking it from the 7-yard line, 8-yard line.
Yeah, so he gets the actual kicker off around the 8-yard line, and it touches down.
I think
what is that? 15?
What is
it? It was like 10-10, man. It was easy.
Yeah.
Too easy.
That is ridiculous. That is easily the best point I've ever seen. I can't.
There's
imagine.
There's so much that happened this week. Like players that we were expecting from last season came back.
Yeah.
Obviously that great punt. Clearly, I'm not worried about the Bills at all. Because that defense is good enough to keep them in the back end of their end zone. If you got someone like that could put it back there, it's going to be easy for them. It really is. I expect the Bills to go far this season, if not win this season.
Think
but
the Bills win 15 games? Do you think that's possible?
I think they win it all. I think they win it all. Why does it matter? Give me 15. Give me 15, 16. Look, I'm telling you, they're gonna win. They're in.
I think that AFC West is the only competition for the Bills. I'm talking about in the entire NFL. I'm not worried about anyone coming out of the NFC. That AFC West is only competition for that team. That's literally whoever comes out of the AFC West beats them in the championship game is the only competition they're going to have.
Yeah, but I think they're going to be just fine. I honestly think if the cards are right in the playoffs and who wins what game, I think they can make it.
The only team I would worry about them going to go play would be Denver. They had to go play Denver.
Hey, you never know. You never know. There has been situations where teams are immaculately stacked, and it's just too many cooks in the kitchen. We saw it with the Browns 2 seasons ago.
Yep.
They got and everybody and their mom went to the Browns that season. Everybody, damn, they won. They won, and they were horrible. Let's hope that that's not the Broncos this season. But I've seen it before.
But that's the one
Anything
team
can
that
happen, and that's what I love about this.
That mile high altitude, being there again, that altitude sickness and things like that. A great team could go there and lose. Yeah. Denver is the one team that I would be like, I don't want to play them in the playoffs.
Let's just hope they play in the winter.
Hey, get
even then, it still would be snow top cap Rockies.
Yeah, but at least the Bills will be used to it, though.
Now, but just not the altitude still.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. So what it is, the Bills need to win more games than the Broncos do. That's just what it comes down to. As long as they win more games than the Broncos, I feel like they have they really have anyone. Anyone who comes to Buffalo, they're going to have the advantage.
Yeah, I think the only thing is I'm not worried about them at all. That their schedule looks pretty easy too. So week 3 Broncos, there it is. It's week 3 Broncos.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be well.
It's in. Hold on. Yeah, and it's in. Hold on, that's not
in Denver.
Hold on, my bad. No, that's not the right schedule.
Last year.
What am I looking at?
I was like, week 3 is still early. I was like,
I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why that was the first tab that when I typed in Bill's schedule, that's the one that gave me. I don't know why. My bad. I apologize. Oh, you know what? No, the Bills are going to win. Why? Because they don't even have to face the Broncos. They're going to face them in the playoffs, and hopefully by then it'll be in Buffalo. It'll be in Buffalo because they don't even play them this season. This is just too great. This is too great.
Unless the Broncos have a better record.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be too tough for them.
I agree. I have the Broncos win 11 games. So, I mean, as long as the Bills do what they need to do, they should be fine. At the worst, they win 12. If they had a bad season, they win 12 games somehow, Yeah.
But before we leave, though, it was good to see Travis Etienne actually get worked and involved. It really was. And I liked how much they used him. And James Robinson, damn. Outside of injury, I don't know. But Travis Etienne looked good. It looked like an old Clemson college roommates were back at it again. So that was kind of.
But I always feel like you always have to have 2 running backs, so I don't think this will be that bad of a problem.
No, it won't be. But he actually looked pretty well. So that's
see what the Jaguars do. see who
they're
they
gonna
are.
Be interesting. They're gonna be very interesting.
Who do we? All right, so
we have
one game today, right?
Yeah, Raiders, I think, and
those 2 games. Was only one game today?
It was Raiders and Vikings.
Okay.
Afternoon game.
Okay.
So
I'm interested on the Vikings. I want to see everything they pulled together because in
guys,
theory they should
be on NFL Network. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was like they probably should be the second best team in this division. They should be.
Vikings should be able to push the Packers. Packers' best thing is their defense. Their defense is great, but the Vikings can score on anybody. So that means that they should be able to challenge Green Bay. Especially, I mean, they're going to have games against Chicago and Detroit, which I think they both should probably sweep.
Do that.
Okay, it's on NFL Network. Okay, cool. I think so. People should be able to watch this.
Yeah, okay.
But I think I can't. So there's only 3 of you in here. You special 3 are sticking around. One of these weeks, I'm going to have an entire day of Red Zone on the Discord. I'm going to play Red Zone for free all day. I can't decide on which week it'll be, but it'll be on the Discord. But yeah, I've decided.
Uh-oh.
Because then we can pop in,
I'll be
and
there.
hang out.
I'll probably be in and out as well. And there's a chat in there. Y'all can talk as much as you want. But yeah, I'll figure it out one of these weeks. I'll just give it out. Stream it live all day.
Yeah. So there's a reason to go check out our Discord. Link is in the description. Check out Discord. That's all of the Nerd Huddle down there, but you can just hang out in one of the channels. All the channels bounce back and forth, whatever you like. But cool, man. Is that it? We gotta get going.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Cool. Yeah, that's all we got. But appreciate it. Thank you guys. NFL season is almost here. That means fantasy football is right around the corner as well. So make sure you guys subscribe to Dynasty Pylon and come over on every Sunday starting week 1 over on Dynasty Pylon to get your questions answered. Who to start, who to sit, all that good stuff. Until then, we are going to be talking about all the preseason games, what happened, all the news, rumors, any trades, injuries, all that good stuff to get ready for a fantasy football season. But next week, I believe we're doing our draft, the Nerd Huddle draft between us. So that's going to be pretty fun. So that's going to be a super chill kind of one. But after that, we're going to get right back into the normal stuff. So make sure you subscribe to Dynasty Pylon. Those guys are breaking down NFL teams. I think they got one more. Go watch your team and see what they say about those guys. Going forward, I'm sure they're going to help you get ready for your Dynasty leagues, IDP leagues, redraft leagues, all that good stuff. And then over on the Nerd Huddle, Panda and Grizzly on Tuesdays. A lot of Bears stuff. So if you're a Bears fan, go check us out. But then once the NFL season starts, we'll probably help you out with your waiver wires and stuff like that as well.
Yep.
So make sure you go check us out. But once the NFL season starts, man, Nerd Huddle is all about, both channels, all the network is going to be about. Yeah, just football, fantasy football. It's going to be so much fun. But cool. Anything else you guys need to plug before we get out of here?
You got a draft pick in like 2 turns.
Be ready.
Let's be ready.
Let's finish this up.
Don't make me wait 8 hours.
With a green dot.
Yeah. That's it, man.
All right. Cool. Let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone coming in, all the comments and stuff like that. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to Dynasty Pylon. They're almost at 200. You can win yourself a jersey too, as well as win your fantasy league with all the questions we can answer. But cool. Let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone. See you guys later.
See you guys.